You're watching 10,000 days every day. Fuck. $10,000 every day you survive in the wilderness. Wesley,
Alex,
let's go.
I just dropped these two strangers off in the middle of the wilderness. These two guys have never met each other in their entire lives.
Oh, bro, they're going to take all his money. Are you kidding me, bro?
They're going to fleece him.
They looked at each other and they're like, oh yeah.
Here we go.
Here we go. We got this. Every deer in 2 mile radius dead. Dead. We got them, dog. They know pheromones. They know seasonal behavior for bucks. Like, these guys know edible plants. In their
What was
region.
Jimmy thinking?
Why did he pick these guys? Maybe he tried to run it with, like, city slickers and they died.
The next video is how I lost all my net worth.
Because Jimmy's like, how my YouTube company went bankrupt. Oh, man. Do you see how excited they are?
If you survive in this wilderness, I'll give you $10,000.
I hope you brought enough money, man. We're here for the long
Yeah,
run.
yeah.
Put that camera down. Let's head out. All right, take care, boys.
If I was going to be on this would be my strat. If I have any runtime at all, I'm packing calories, bro. Like
They already are.
You know those the TLC show about the fat what is fetish? This is fetish to me, yeah. It's like the feeder fetish.
Yeah, sure.
And they're like, they melt ice cream and they drink shakes of it,
Ooh.
and they're like trying to get to 600 pounds. I'd be doing stuff like that, cultivating mass, because then I don't even need to find food.
Okay.
I'm gonna bulk, bro, and then I'm just like I'm gonna nothing. I'm just gonna hibernate like a bear.
Honestly, there's a great show on Netflix called Alone, and like that's what this one guy did, and he was number 2.
Did it? So I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
you did pretty good.
Oh,
yeah,
feeder
you're
strat?
onto something.
Feeder strat?
Oh, yeah.
We have to do high fives high. So yeah. Feeder strat.
As millionaires.
He's gonna be poor by the time we're out of here.
They're so confident.
I'm Hayes. Hayes, I'm Grizz. Nice to meet you, man.
Bro,
Hayes and Grizz, no way!
That could be a show. Well, that's like these are guys that Joe Rogan brings on his show to talk about. We hunted caribou up 3 mountaintops on 4 days sleep or whatever. Like these guys are gonna take all his money.
All right, you're gonna be my best friend for the next however long.
Starting now, these guys receive
Honestly, I would stay longer by myself than with a stranger.
No way.
Oh yeah, for sure. I wouldn't want to talk to someone I don't know.
No.
Oh, for sure. Like, were you kidding? I'm an extrovert. You're an introvert.
I feel like I would need somebody at least to shoot the shit with.
No,
you know?
I would survive so much longer by myself.
Really?
For sure, dog.
Okay.
Talking all day. You're all day with them. You can't get away.
Listen.
I think I'd be like, what if we split up and we just like check in for breakfast? I could do that. That would be lovely. But all day, one other guy that I don't know.
But they have to do shelter. They have to look for food. They have to do all of this stuff. And if you have just one other person, it goes way easier.
What if they just like make shelter and then we do our own thing during the day and we come back to shelter and we like we talk about the day?
Okay.
Because he's saying everything I'm seeing. What are we gonna have like a running narrative?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I want to be here for a
$100
long
every
haul.
day, with the only limit being how long they can survive, which theoretically means they could win unlimited money.
Dude, if we stay a year, we're both multi-millionaires. We are trying to find a camping spot, build a fire, survive the night.
I guess we should just set up camp here.
For the rest of the night, they gathered wood and went through their supplies.
We've got approximately 5 days worth of food,
Oh, that's
2
not
things
cheap.
of water.
Looks like a change of clothes,
Do they have a
some
bow?
jackets, and boom, fire starter.
Let's see if we can get a fire going.
No bow?
This is gonna be pretty hard to get food.
Yeah.
We are good.
Let's make beds out of pine needles. Won't be comfortable, but at least we won't freeze to death tonight.
Solid.
Who's ready to go now?
Day 2.
And in the morning, I showed up to give them their first $10,000. Boys,
Oh, they're
how's
like
the first
giving it
night?
to them out in the
It's
field.
been 24 hours, and I didn't walk over with 10 grand. You're not gonna ask?
Yeah, I guess we should, right?
Yeah. Okay, just look up. Oh my!
Oh, I'd be so
I'd be
pissed.
so pissed. I have to
Every
find it.
24 hours, we're gonna drop $10,000 out of a plane for you guys.
There's $10,000.
In a parachuted briefcase.
I mean, this is sick content.
Yeah.
Content, sick. But
Yeah.
I'm there,
Yeah.
like vicariously. Like I went camping this weekend, so I basically did the same thing. But at a site at a national forest, at my clearly labeled campsite
Yep.
with my shower and my bathroom
And your food
So
ready to go.
they are me.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd say they're kind of pussy compared to what I did.
Of course.
Yeah.
'Cause
My
they're
newborn
getting paid. You're doing this for
I
free.
did it for free. I paid. But dude, they're airdropping. What if it's in the tree?
I'd be so mad.
I'd be so mad. I'd be like, I have to deal with getting these briefcases, but you could maybe use them as a rudimentary weapon.
Yeah.
And the parachutes are a supply. That's string and that's that's fabric.
Yeah.
So you could construct a trap.
Ooh.
Or you could
heyo.
construct shelter.
Yep.
So maybe you shouldn't be mad. You're getting building materials.
No, watch out!
Bro, this is
Oh, that's not bad.
Bro, we're gonna be so rich by the end of this video.
And on top of that money, this is your flare gun.
Oh.
Careful, shoot it up in the air. The challenge ends for the both of you. And you walk away with the money you've won.
So how long should we stay out here?
$6 million for the year is crazy.
All right,
What if I shoot it at a rabbit?
Imagine.
Is that allowed? Am I allowed to try to hunt with this flare gun? Or is that technically considered? What if I take Jimmy hostage?
Yeah.
Increase $20,000 a day. Here's the thing. Would Mr. Beast like to get taken hostage in a video? Because I feel like that would probably increase his average view duration.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like he'd be doing the math. Like, what would be the views if this turns into a
hostage?
national
Yeah.
news story
Yeah.
where I get taken hostage?
Dude, I would be so upset just because they don't know each other.
Yeah.
And this other guy pussies out. I'd be like, you're costing me. I don't know.
Who's
You
gonna
might
hold the
disappear
gun?
in the woods.
Who's going to hold the gun?
Oh.
Who's going to hold the gun?
Oh, man.
That's a big decision.
Jimmy would have to pay me to quit.
For how long? How long?
If I was out there for 3 months and I'm emaciated,
Well, I'm saying, how long would you try to go for? Like, how many days?
as long so 10 days.
Your son is 1.
Uh-huh.
How much of his life are you missing?
1 year.
1 year?
1 year.
So
At
just
least.
1 year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I think,
okay.
I think I would go 2 million.
2 million.
2 million.
Well, hold on a second.
I think
So-
there'd be diminishing returns after you get above 2 million.
Okay, so each month is 300,000.
Yeah.
That's not that. Dude, we would cook this. We would cook this, man.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, that's when I would want to stop. Is I'd be like,
Sure.
I feel like if we're not going to try to get to 10 million, I feel like my quality of life going from 2 million to 3.6 million isn't going to be increased enough to miss more of my kids' childhood.
Sure.
Because we both have really young kids, which I feel like that's the one thing
Yes,
that
that would suck.
that would suck.
Jimmy, if you have something that says $10,000 for every day you water fast,
Fuck, that would be illegal.
multi-millionaire.
You would die. You would die, Alex. He did a 2-week water
no,
fast.
but
2-week water fast. For what reason? He just hates cancer.
that's true. That's just true.
He didn't get paid.
The plan is officially a year. We're gonna split this in 2. You get this.
Yes.
I get this.
Oh,
So
that's
we
a good
can't
way to
screw
do
each
it.
other over.
But
I
later in
respect
this
that.
video, that plan doesn't exactly work.
All right, I feel bad, but I need to steal that flare gun.
No!
I just gotta shoot this thing, and I get to be a dad again.
If you fire that flare, I literally think I'm gonna kill you. Well, buddy,
That's what you
ready
said.
to get rich?
Absolutely.
By day 3, you
Honestly,
can say
I
the boy-
feel like this might be a much darker Mr. Beast video. I haven't watched
Yeah.
Jimmy in a while. I don't know if this is kind of the direction his content's going. I love it.
Yeah, sure.
I
sure.
mean, this sounds demented, but I love this kind of social situation, and the guys signed up for it, so it's
Yeah.
not like, and they're gonna make a ton of money regardless. If they make it a week, they've made way more than the average yearly salary
Yeah.
for a week.
Yeah.
So like, I don't feel bad for
do
them.
they each get $10,000 or just one?
I hope they don't have to split it.
I think they have to split it. Ooh. Okay.
That
Ooh.
changes the math a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Ooh, you.
boys were pretty tired of sleeping on the ground. So after another 10 grand, they started work on building their shelter.
Gonna use my jacket to gather pine needles and layer them on the shelter.
All right, I found this metal piece from a kid's swing set, and I think it's gonna work great for the roof of our shelter.
Layer 1 on.
What in the post-apocalyptic
Here's a
hellhole is
section that
this?
we're working on. You can see it's got some structural poles. We get to use the parachutes and the cord, so we're gonna make a rain cover on our shelter.
Nice.
Everyone thinks probably that I'll be the reason we leave and fail
You
this
are.
challenge. But this money would mean college for the kids.
And then on day 4, they started looking for a water source.
That's what he's doing it for?
College for the
I don't want to
kids.
be mean, but I'm just.
There's got to be a dog in you, and that ain't
Bro,
it.
that's not it. Because he's gonna tap out. He's talking about like we're gonna stay free on $3.6 million. College for how many kids he got?
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is North Carolina, not Idaho. He's gonna tap. He's gonna want to tap as soon as he gets. Well, I would say he's gonna probably think it's gonna be 40,000 per kid, which is too low. But I'm gonna guess he's gonna do that math. So if he has 3 kids, he's gonna tap at 120K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I think that's what he. And then he won't have the dog.
they haven't seen them eat, so I don't think they're getting any food.
I'm so curious. Jimmy edits so fast though, also
Okay,
that it's
that's
hard
fair.
to know.
There's a swamp.
I would feel safe boiling that.
Yeah, we gotta be careful because that stuff is full of bacteria and
Yeah,
parasites.
Brain eating amoebas.
Ooh, just a touch of the swamp.
All right, we're going to bed.
Hopefully, Grizz snuggles up because it's cold and he's big and warm.
This is like the third day in a row that we've gotten 2 hours of sleep. It's been so cold. If it rained right now, we'd probably have to go to the hospital.
But I'd do it for $10,000.
And it wasn't just the freezing temperatures that were getting to them.
We're at the end of our supplies.
There we
Grizz
go.
likes
Just
to call
5 days
it
food. They're not
a fast, which sounds so much nicer than starving.
And for the next few days, the hunger problem didn't get any easier.
We had a little square of beef jerky this morning.
That is a good brand of beef jerky.
It is. It's delicious.
Jimmy must be really on his health vibe that he gave them the grass-fed good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can get this at my local Kroger, and this is like 10 bags. The Kroger brand is like $3.
Bro, the Costco bag of this, I'll go through it in a day, but it's like this big and
Really?
for like $10. Oh,
Oh,
love
that's
it.
nice.
I love it.
Jimmy probably is mad invested. I feel like Jimmy loves Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Like, rest in peace. I feel like he's into Costco heavy.
Oh, yeah.
And that's it. Jimmy gave us 5 days worth of food, and it's day 9 right now. These are greenbrier leaves. Grizz says they're edible, I guess.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It was
Here's
clear
the thing,
by
guys. Grizz is lying, and he's just using him as his experiment. He's like, can't shoot the flare gun if he dies. gonna go so many days. He's his taster, like for the pharaohs back in the day.
At this point that the boys were extremely hungry. But lucky for them, I had a surprise waiting for them on
This
day
is a
10.
sick
They've
video.
officially survived 10 days. Here's your briefcase.
Yeah.
And don't leave. This is where the challenge gets interesting. Bring in the helicopter.
Oh, man. I'm nervous, dude. Oh, my gosh. Okay, that I'm excited about. Uh-huh.
To celebrate day 10, we have
Airdrop.
your first offer. I can tell you guys are tired of eating leaves. So I brought you guys an additional 10 days worth of food, spices, 2 tarps, and everything you would need to fish. All of this for $50,000 of your prize money. Want some beef jerky? Yeah. Don't eat it yet.
Oh.
These beans
Hey,
look
Alex,
good.
price is set at the margin.
Oh, are you kidding me?
50 grand.
Oh.
I think. Okay, here's the thing. If you're like, will this help us survive another 5 days? They're not getting any food, dude.
Yeah.
They haven't managed to, and I'm not like saying this pejoratively because in all seriousness, I wouldn't be able to fashion. What is that thing when you fashion a trap and it's a snare?
Okay.
I don't know how to make a snare, but they could. They have the supplies to do it. So like, if they can find a fish, I'm doubtful. I feel like they would have to really forage, or not forage. You'd have to be hiking. Yep. Because that swamp, I'm not eating a fish from that swamp. I'll be honest.
For
no
$10,000?
No, from the swamp, dude. No way. So I don't know. I would be hesitant to want to make this bet just because we haven't seen where we would fish. Because who cares if we're in the Sahara and you give a fishing pole? Who cares?
Yeah, and they haven't seen like a deer. I'm assuming there should be tons of deer there.
You would think,
but they can't hunt. What are they gonna? They're gonna punch.
I would try. I would try. Let's go.
Yeah, that's
I'm not doing anything. I'm wasting all of my energy. When I said I was hibernating, guys, I was lying. I can't sit still that long. I'd be trying to hunt like salamanders and bunnies and stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
I wanna look like Tarzan.
We're gonna give you space. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
He's not kidding. Like, this is literally all the things we would need to fish. 50 grand.
50 grand.
If they don't take this deal, I mean, they're kind of stupid. 10 days worth of food means they make 100
Yeah,
grand.
yeah.
And they only have to pay 50 grand for it. I'm doing them a favor.
Should we talk to him now?
Yeah.
All right.
100%
All right,
you
Jimmy.
should do this.
If you make a decision in the next 60 seconds, I'll throw in 2 feasible bars.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Oh, you said 59
No,
more
that makes
seconds,
sense.
but okay. Here, I'll put that in the pile of food. Thank you for the 50 grand.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Enjoy the food. Oh, by the way, you also get the crate with it.
Oh, nice.
That's great.
Thanks, Jimmy.
It was definitely a deal we had to say yes to, but that week of food literally cost as much as my kids' college tuition.
See, bro? I'm gonna be
I
honest.
don't
By the
know.
time your kids are in college, it's gonna be a lot more than that, brother.
Did
Do
you
you see
get-
how much keeps
Yeah.
increasing every year? What do you think his kids are? He doesn't look that much older than us. He's in his 40s at most, I think.
Maybe his kids are 10 at the
Yeah,
most.
10 more years. Let's say 8 more years before he's paying college tuition. It's not. Dog.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
He's going to a state school.
No. I feel sad. I feel sad, and he's gonna quit. I'm surprised if he even makes it through the supplies at this rate, the way he's talking.
I would if he's not making the investment, if he's not going another 10 days with this,
Yeah.
then that's
so
dumb.
stupid.
That's so dumb.
At least the 10, and then try to, and during that 10, find the fishing hole.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Jimmy doesn't write videos with, like, an open... He doesn't do things... It's like, it's bad storytelling to provide an item that can't be used.
Okay.
Like in James Bond, right?
Yeah.
He never gets a cool item, like suction cup gloves,
Yeah.
that he doesn't get to use in the movie.
In the movie,
I'd
right.
be like, okay, Jimmy gave us a fishing rod. That means there has to be somewhere for us to fish.
Sure, yeah.
So we have to find it within 10 days.
Yeah.
Bro, I still can't believe it every time this money falls out of the sky.
The food from the
Dopamine
crate
hit,
will
for
feed
sure.
them for 10 days. But if they want to survive out here for a year,
All right, the plan is officially a year.
they'll still need to find more food
Why
in the
are you
wilderness.
lying,
Some of
bro?
you may be wondering, why have they not caught fish?
Well, the swamp nearby has no fish in it. What we really need is a moving water that we can fish in.
And while Hayes was rambling on about his kids,
My 2-year-old doesn't sleep very well either, so
this happened.
I think being a dad. What is this? This is a creek. This is not a swamp. This is actually moving water. There's fish in here. Dude, look at this. It's like a dock.
This is the perfect place for food and shelter.
And after
Nice.
another few
Shelter?
days full of a surprise freezing rainstorm,
You see the tarp was branded with Feastables? Isn't that funny?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
Jimmy's chocolate brand.
Oh, I got
yeah,
you.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. It's
okay.
like he owns it.
It's making
yeah.
sense.
At least now we have $100,000.
they decided to move and upgrade their shelter near their newfound water source.
I think that's so smart.
Grizz!
How are you always up earlier?
We're gathering up a bunch of
Chris
dead
is so
trees we
sick of
can
his
use.
shit already.
Yeah.
To be fair though, I think I would be more like Hayes. If I was alone in the forest, I think I'd just be like talking to the vlog camera for sure the whole time.
For our structure.
And then we balance them together into an A-frame shape and cut
Nice.
the trees to the right length.
This structure. Oh.
Come on,
I'm
Grizz.
sorry.
No, it's all right. I'm glad I broke your fall.
Sorry.
All right, so maybe they had a bit of a false start.
They're
Once
actually
they got the
getting along way
structure
better
back
than I
up, they
expected.
spent the entire next day putting their finishing touches on their
Good for
shelter.
them.
They even
Nice.
built a fishing dock to help them catch more food.
Dock's done,
Pleasantly surprised.
and now all we got to do is catch a fish. Come on,
Yeah.
right?
They turned
as
into
good
like
as
one of
this
those
was-
primitive survival channels.
Yeah.
I can't believe how much better this is than their original shelter.
Yeah.
The original
way
one
better.
sucked ass.
Yep.
Like I was impressed with it, but by comparison, it was terrible.
Because without sleeping bags, the winter night was still unforgiving.
How long do you think they're gonna stay in it?
Like truly,
Do you
now
think-
that we've seen a little bit of them,
Yeah.
we're at day 19, so they've almost 130. I think that they'll stay.
Until 200K.
I think I'm gonna guess he has 3 kids just from the way that he's talking. I'm gonna say he has 3 kids. He thinks it's gonna be 50, so 150 for him. So they have to get to 30 days.
Okay.
I think at 30 days he's gonna be doing some weird stuff, and I think
Yeah.
he's gonna want to get to 60.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna call it. They're done at 60.
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure they're splitting. So I think at 200K, it's every man for themselves at that point.
So you think at day?
It would have to be what, 30?
So seven more days, so 26.
Yeah.
So you think 26 more days?
I think so.
they get to 60, so like 2 months, because I
Okay.
feel like that's gonna start to feel like a lot of money.
Yeah.
At that point, and then it's like, is it really worth staying this much longer?
Yeah, that's fair.
And we have a spoiler, right?
night. Cold toes, cold feet.
It's easy to say I want to stay
So I
for
think
a year
I knew
when
what
you
my
haven't
next
done
offer
it yet.
was. It's day 20 and they moved super deep in the woods, so now we have to get there by boat.
Do you hear that sound in the distance?
What'd you say?
Is that a boat?
Any minute now when we find them, I've got a fun offer for them. How's it going, boys?
Hey guys, what's going on?
Two
say
things.
100,000.
First, the plane needed maintenance, so I'm delivering this by hand.
Hey, all
Here's
right.
$10,000, which puts you guys at $140,000. And second, we have an offer for you.
Ooh.
Reveal your offer. Just go ahead and take it off. Here it is.
Oh.
You can either give me $10,000 for that red sleeping bag, or give me $50,000 and you get both sleeping bags.
What?
5 times the amount for both.
Oh man.
I like when the background guys are like, Chandler's like, this is a bad deal, Jimmy. This is so mean.
Yeah, check them out.
Hang on, I just gotta do this.
These are the same sleeping bags we used in Antarctica. They work very well. Here's the weather forecast. It's gonna get pretty cold next
That's
week, so
brutal.
highly recommend you at least buy one.
When we started this thing out, we were in the 20s without anything. We've adapted to it. We have bedding. We have pine straw. We're doing pretty well.
I would
in
say
these
you
low
pay me
temperatures.
$10,000?
I would love to have a sleeping bag, but $50,000
Bro,
is.
that's only
closer.
5 days. If you're
I
going for a
wouldn't need
whole
it. I
year,
wouldn't
it's
need it.
only 5.
I wouldn't need it. only 36 degrees,
5 days?
easy.
No, dude, I want to die.
No,
I
no.
hate the cold so much.
Man, I crank my shit up to like 55 degrees when I was living in a studio. Oh, loved it.
You're
Slept
insane.
naked, loved it. Best sleep of my life.
You're a crazy person. We always joke because he's Mexican and he loves the cold, and I'm Irish and I love the hot. And we're like, we got flipped.
Polar opposite.
We got flipped.
Grizz than I do my wife. So I'm not even kidding.
You're actually gonna say no to both?
On a really cold night. No sleeping bag.
Yeah, so I think it's final. We don't want it.
Yeah, agreed.
Wow, not even a single sleeping bag. All right, boys, close it up. Sure, the boys could survive without sleeping bags, but that didn't solve their food problem. In between sitting out rainy days, the boys got into a bit of a routine where they would boil water, work on their shelter, and try to catch fish, which wasn't really working out for them.
Really?
We got some guts for bait. We're gonna cast them out, and hopefully the fish come up off the bottom of the creek.
Day after day of failing to catch any fish.
Let's go check the lines, see if any catfish are
How many
on.
days do you go trying to catch fish and failing?
Yeah.
Before you try to find an alternative food source.
Well, they can't kill anything else very easily.
I mean, they're not killing any fish.
That's true.
That's why, or at least split up. Like one guy do fishing, one guy just try other zany things.
Sure.
Maybe you happen
Like traps for rabbits.
yes,
and stuff like
something,
that.
right? Or even like learn to throw a damn knife. I watched that in Vinland Saga.
You're watching Vinland Saga?
We're reacting to Vinland Saga on Patreon.
Man.
Patreon.com/Weston.
What a show!
We're not that far in. Don't spoil
Okay,
it.
okay,
You watched
okay.
it?
Yeah, I've watched that.
You watch anime?
Yeah.
I didn't know you did that.
Yeah.
You've been holding on.
New things.
No, that's what I would do. Learn to throw a knife, like Thorfinn. And just
Finally
like,
caught
yeah,
the
like
wind
Thorfinn.
in their sails.
Oh, look at me. I talked so much shit.
Or
I was
whatever that
wrong.
abomination of Mother Nature was.
Oh.
is that? Can I eat it?
No, no.
Not as a Jew.
It's an eel, and I think I'm gonna try.
What?
Because we're looking for scales.
Oh,
Because the kosher law.
they don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry. we follow kosher law.
Yeah,
we don't.
We don't.
We don't eat eels.
Yeah,
that's
we
what I'm
don't.
trying to say.
Cold grill it. We're gonna have
It's us.
ourselves some
We're
American
not
style
Jewish,
unagi.
but we keep Old Testament dietary restrictions.
There it
This
is.
is the first thing that we've caught out here in 27 days, which is insane. We're happy to have it, and we're gonna make it delicious.
I don't know if this is what I would call delicious, but the fact that they haven't had a fresh meal in almost 30 days means even a rock would taste good to them at this point.
My son would agree. The whole time we were camping, he was trying to eat them. He's 8 months, and he was like, "I this rock needs to be in my mouth."
Yeah.
He had a like baseball size one, and he was like,
Oh, really?
"Yes."
Oh, lucky.
Like, he's a Neanderthal.
It's so good. It's just like amazingly good.
If we keep catching fish like this, we can easily stay for a year, bro.
Dude, yeah, $3.6
Homie,
million.
homie, he's caught one fish in 27 days.
I'm so surprised that he hasn't broke. I thought he would have been breaking by now.
I wonder if we're gonna get like a time jump. I can't even. After a certain point, I can't even blame them.
Yeah.
Good night. And on day
I mean,
20
really honest, I think $500,000 is actually like meaningfully life changing. But I think for $500,000 on the scoreboard would give each of them $250,000.
Yeah.
I think that would feel life changing
Yeah.
for both of them.
That would break me.
That would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
28, they started constructing their raised bed system in their new shelter.
Nice.
So it's gonna be 2 tripods, 1, 2,
Honestly,
side
they've been
rails going
very
down,
handy.
slats across, and then a nice pine needle mattress made out of parachutes.
And after seeing their new
I want to see
shelter,
them do this with TikTok girls. Like grab 2 micro LA influencers.
How long can only fangirls stay?
Yes,
Yeah, that'd be great.
That would be so funny.
Yeah.
But then we don't give them the flare gun, and we just we make them stay for at least a week. That would be so funny.
become more and more comfortable, I was starting to get worried that I was going to have to pay these guys millions of dollars.
The only regret that I have, they're not bunk beds.
That's honestly an L.
They were betting everything on their new shelter being right next to this creek, but that may have been a huge mistake because
Oh,
they
no.
couldn't catch another eel to save their lives.
Snapped it. At this point, I've spent more time in the wilderness than I have with my newborn son. I also have a 2-year-old with my wife alone.
Oh.
How do you explain to a 2-year-old that daddy's gonna be gone and he won't talk to you and he won't call you and he won't see you? Say they were making us an offer. What would be something?
$10,000?
I get it. So he has 2 kids. So that takes our number calculation down a little bit.
Yeah.
He's like in the exact same situation as me with the age ranges, pretty much close to it, right? I get what he's saying, and I would be absolutely devastated. But I think it depends on what you think your earning potential is outside of the show.
It's
Straight
also-
up, if I'm going to
yeah,
be really
sure.
frank. Like, if you are working a job and you're making like $100,000 a year, you're outie so much faster than
Yeah.
if you're working and you're making a job and you're making like
Minimum wage,
$50,000 and you don't have very many prospects for increasing your earning potentials.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It would be really hard. It'd be really hard, and you'd be in your head all the time thinking like, my daughter's probably like, "Where's Daddy? Does she even remember me?"
Yeah, but at 2, I know that like 2-year-old starts like remembering and stuff like that. But if I could be like, okay, if I could leave for 3 months and I get paid $10,000 for every day, snap decision.
Oh, you're so right. And rationally, this happened all the time.
Sure.
Like when guys were in the Army or in the Navy or
Yeah.
just having to go, a Vinland Saga.
Yeah.
You're going to raid,
Yep.
you know, the English.
Yep.
Stuff like that. But it would mess with my head.
Yeah.
Especially because, I don't know, there's something also, like, she's my little girl.
Yeah.
And she loves me so much.
But I can spend more time with her afterwards
Yeah,
for the
that's
rest
true.
of her. To me,
But these are such formative years. That's the thing. It's whether you just think like,
do you trust your wife?
well, of course.
That's
Of course.
That's what the answer would come
Of
down
course.
to me.
But then it's like, what if we're like, our bond will never heal from this, and there's always going to be this distance because I wasn't there for the first formative years of her life. I think you get in your head about that.
Oh, yeah, sure.
But
that would be a cope. That would be a cope.
Actually buy.
We spend a lot of time out here trying to get firewood. You know, having firewood dropped off would be really nice. I'd probably pay $10,000 for that.
We're
Really?
literally in the middle of the forest. I couldn't tell you where we are anymore. All right. How's it
Jimmy's
going,
literally
boys?
just listening
Doing
up.
great,
Oh,
man.
really?
How are you?
As a reward for surviving an entire month, I brought you a store.
Oh, okay.
You see, we come through all of your vlog footage and we wrote down everything you've asked for, such as firewood, a shovel, cooking supplies, bedding, and even books and board games. It's like a
Lord of the Rings, Catan. I mean, I'm not gonna
Catan.
lie, I love Catan,
I'm
but
not
you want to
playing
play 2-player Catan?
No.
I'm sorry, guys, I'm not rooting for you anymore.
Yeah.
2-player Catan? You need an expansion to even try to do that right.
Who didn't say a bow? They must have not seen a
Dog.
single deer.
They must not be seeing any wildlife.
Yeah.
They haven't even mentioned rabbits. They haven't mentioned anything. I'm worried that they dropped them somewhere that's not the actual wilderness. It's like where there was a chemical spill and then like a small town evacuated because there's an abandoned swing set
Yep.
and there's no animals.
Yep.
That swamp looked dead as
Yes.
hell.
Yep.
I'm like, dude, they are going to get poisoned.
Are they in Chernobyl?
Actually, we're in Russia. Here's the twist, guys.
a dollar store, but everything costs 10 grand. This is your store? Feel free to shop.
We've won 240 grand. Might as well check it out.
What are these? Those are mosquito nets. Oh, we'll use parachutes. We don't need those.
All right, what about the hammocks?
I like the hammocks, but you know, we haven't tried making them out of parachutes yet.
All right, guys, answer this. What could you not make out of parachutes?
A lot.
All right, well, do you guys want the firewood?
How much
So,
wood?
That's the wood you get.
If it came with unlimited wood, I would buy it.
I offered them literally
That would
everything
make
they
sense
could.
because you could sell it.
Yeah.
And you could turn a profit. I would also exchange $10,000 for unlimited wood. That would
That'd be good.
That'd be easy.
Yeah.
There's a few billionaires who are in their older age who would exchange $10,000 for unlimited wood. That's what the agribusiness model's based off of.
Possibly need here, and they still weren't interested. I was beginning to think these two were secretly
Jimmy's,
Navy
like, so
SEALs or
done.
something. Are you guys gonna buy literally anything? You make 10 grand a day. What's another 10 grand?
I gotta say no.
All right.
I would have probably done the
In a
hammock.
million years would not have thought they would say no to everything. Next time, I'm gonna convince you two to spend money.
We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. See you, Jimmy.
There he goes.
In his tank.
Stop right here. I have a special surprise for all of you. Nolan, what does this look like?
A lot of phones.
1,000 phones to be exact. Because over the next 7 days, I'm gonna be giving 1,000 random people that subscribe a free Samsung Galaxy S24. I literally spent over $1 million on these phones, and I'm giving them away to you. All you have to do to enter to win one of these phones is subscribe. It's literally free. I just want you to
Samsung's
know
really trying to get that Apple market
Oh,
share,
yeah.
huh?
Oh, yeah.
Samsung's going,
Yeah,
you
it's
gotta get
hard.
the Zoomers.
Yeah.
Gotta get the Zoomers.
appreciate everything you guys have been doing for the channel. It means the world to me. Subscribe, win one of these phones, let's go. And so they continue without any of the tools for my offer. But go figure, for the next few days, they weren't able to catch any fish. And even though the money kept coming, they were running out of food and time to catch it quickly.
I am on the last belt loop. I think that we have maybe 2 days worth of food left.
That's not good. Without a boat, this creek is not productive. We gotta go to that river. If I can get to that river and the fishing is good, that'll turn all this around.
And with their rations running dangerously low, their only hope at getting food was to travel through the swamp to the river on the other side in hopes of catching some fish.
It's risky wasting all these calories, but I have to do it if we're gonna make it any further.
Dog,
But
I would
after-
be in my head. I would be thinking about Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I'd be like, Watcher in the water lives here. I'm gonna be killed.
Or if they're in Florida, An alligator?
No, and I think they're in North Carolina.
Okay.
I think.
Hike, Hayes finally found what he was looking for.
Oh my God!
This does look amazing comparatively, though.
Look at that! It's the river! Is that not the most gorgeous thing you've ever seen?
No, but I get it.
Finding
For
this
you.
river is probably the difference between us making our goal and us tapping out early.
Fortunately, he had a secret weapon.
Grizz and I made our own fishing pole, and this is gonna make catching fish easy.
No.
He
With
broke
Hayes'
it first
makeshift
cast.
fishing pole immediately breaking, he was going to have to use his hands, and he spent hours trying.
Nice.
Oh,
failed.
nice.
To catch any fish without immediately dropping them, the calories burned coming here would have been for nothing. But just when he was ready to give up,
This one's gonna be it.
Yeah! Holy moly!
Come on.
Come on, baby.
Come on,
Come on,
baby.
come on,
Grab
come on.
that sucker. Grab that sucker,
and
dog.
luck didn't stop
He's still
there.
on.
I cannot wait to bring this back to Grizz. He's
Oh.
gonna be so stoked.
Oh,
We're eating tonight.
damn. That's sick. That's gonna
great.
feel
Feels
so
like this
good.
is our first real food in ages.
But in the meantime, I was preparing an offer that I know they couldn't refuse. It's day 40, they've made over $250,000, and I have an incredibly special offer for them. For $10,000, and I think you're really gonna like this, you both can see your wives. In fact, they're watching right now.
Oh my God!
Oh, then you have to spend it because
Yeah,
that
yeah.
$10,000 is it's like saving the 10 G's is not worth forever being
Yeah.
told like I came all the way out here and you didn't choose to
Could
see
you
me.
imagine Grizz is like,
Bro,
no.
Oh man!
I can't let down my kid.
I know. I can't let down my wife.
Okay, Jimmy.
They made the right choice.
Oh, they get to see them. Oh.
I smell so bad. Oh.
As nice as it was to
Oh,
see
you
their
see that,
families,
dog?
That is sad. Oh,
she
no.
was like, I'm happy to see you, but I feel kind of abandoned.
That is sad. That,
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
No, no, no.
Crush me.
I would have to talk to my wife. I'd have to talk to my wife and see
My daughter.
what's going on here. What's the damage?
Stephanie's like I know Stephanie's ride or die. She would like
Yeah.
Stephanie would be good, you know.
Yeah.
But it's just Lockie would be fine. He'd just be doing like Neanderthal
rocks,
things.
yeah.
It's Rose that I'd be worried about.
Yeah.
the visit was also bittersweet because there's one big question on everyone's mind.
How long do you want us to stay?
I want you home now. Like,
Oh.
I do.
I know you want me,
No.
but do you need me home?
Yes, she needs you. Yes, you need to bond with your son. I don't care what the other guy says. You've made enough money. I need you home.
I mean, I don't want to be callous, right?
Yeah.
But I don't feel like they've made. I feel like it's one of those things where I've been gone for 40 days. I might as well make something that will actually change our life and actually give us some real room to live on. And
That is-
right now, especially if they're splitting, I don't think it's not there yet. It's not big enough yet.
Jimmy's literally paying his wife to say, "Hey, when he asks you when to come home, say please, and I'll pay you an extra $10,000."
I just feel like it's not there, man. There's such a big difference between if they get to like 250.
Yeah. If my wife
250?
told me this, I'd be done.
Really?
Immediately.
Oh, this me too.
Yeah,
Me too.
yeah.
Because it would be everything. It would be my worst fears.
Yes.
It'd be my worst fears, man. But I'm just like, it's 160 each right now, which is a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money for meaningfully changing a lifestyle.
Yeah.
For an extended, protracted
Yeah.
period of time, which you have to think, if you're younger and you're a bachelor, you can be like 160 sick. I can live on this for like 4 years.
Yeah.
But 160 when he has to worry about like multiple decades of taking care of 2 kids, it
way worse.
sounds like a lot of money,
Yeah.
but it's not actually a lot of money when you think about it in those terms. Because it's like, take this 160, divide it by 20, that's what, like 8,000. It's like $8,000 a year.
Well, even let's just say he makes $100K, and let's just say his wife's a stay-at-home wife, right? If he made $100K a year, he's basically saying, I could have years of my life back.
Yeah.
If I just do this for.
But is it worth it though? Because these are such crucial years with your family when they're so little.
On paper, yes. On paper, yes.
On
Absolutely.
paper, yes.
It doesn't.
I don't know, man. I'm like, what if your son never bonds with you? Because you weren't there when he was a baby. And what if he always has a hole in his heart because he's always like never connects with his father? Okay, and then what if that then leads him to
Sure.
seek out charismatic male influence,
Sure.
and he goes into turn to a life of crime, and then he's locked up at 17.
I just don't think that would happen. I don't think that would happen.
Conversation was so difficult for me. Even so, yesterday was a really good day. It had all of the things that I love. It had my family, my wife, my kids, my buddy Grizz. That was like a really huge gift. Oh, they're gone now.
To hold her and
He's gonna
know that
spend
she was
6 more
safe,
days.
it really has changed the way that I'm viewing this entire challenge. Knowing I have my wife's support, I want to stay until I have $1 million.
It's so different with no kids. That's the thing.
Oh,
It's just
yes,
no.
sure.
Jimmy did them dirty. They knew what they were doing with this casting decision. Because if it's 2 kids and their incentives are aligned, it's cool. But they misaligned the incentives so on purpose. The only thing meaner would be if they picked somebody that had no wife, had no kids.
Oh, that would be dirty.
But
That-
they needed
yeah.
something. They needed some, right?
Needed family time. Hayes and Grizz were much happier than I'd ever seen them.
I can't believe Hazen just back out rocking the dough.
Ambush!
Let's smoke some fish. Look,
They've been
at
getting along
that.
so
This
much
is
better than I
perfect.
thought they
Even
would.
when something happened that would have totally drained them before.
400,000.
By now, they didn't even seem to mind.
It looks like someone had a gender reveal, and the gender was just money.
Even though their spirits were high, there was still a problem they needed to solve. In order to get to the river to fish, they would first need to trudge through this giant swamp. But if they had a boat, they would easily be able to float down the creek to the river.
No way.
I
They're
am
trying
building
this?
a boat. The idea is to create a frame with sticks and then attach our tarp so the whole thing can float.
Not feeling super confident in the boat build.
If we can get down to fish without having to tromp through a whole swamp,
It feels half like we're watching engineering YouTube.
yeah. These guys are ingenious.
time for the first sea trial of my beautiful ship.
Here he goes.
But, dog, you're not in it, homie.
This
Whoa!
is pretty ironic, considering the offer I was about to bring them. It's day 50. Let's see how they're doing. Hey. Bro, you guys have a village now. Wait, are you serious? You built a boat?
Yeah,
They're
man.
kind of
You're telling me
thriving.
this thing can actually float?
You want to try it?
Yeah, I don't... oh my god, it actually worked! He built a freaking boat in the woods. Alright, now that I'm aware...
Chris, toss me the flare gun. Jimmy, we've got you.
We've got you.
We're gonna light this whole baby on fire if you don't
yeah.
make it to.
aware of that.
Give us $2 million.
This changes a lot of things. It's actually insane that you two built a boat yesterday because I brought the two of you a boat with the Zaxby's restaurant on.
Oh my gosh, it's so cool, Jimmy.
Before I present the offer, I want to make sure you're in a really good state of mind. This is our brand new Mr. Beast box, which are now live at every single Zaxby's across America.
Do you know what Zaxby's is?
No, but we've got to go.
I've never. Stop it. I've never heard. I'm just surprised there's like a chain that's big enough to do a branded with Mr. Beast
Sure.
that I've never heard of in my life.
Doesn't he have all his chains?
Oh,
Doesn't-
Beast Burger?
Doesn't he own that?
No, they shut that down. He might own Zaxby's. It might be a new thing, but I don't know what Zaxby's is.
Oh my god, that is so good.
The Mr. Beast box comes with the best tasting chicken known to man. And the cool part is every single meal comes with a Feastables bar. Our goal with this collab was to take the world's best chicken and pair it with the world's best chocolate.
Indeed.
Zaxby's also has 12 sauces.
There's like so many flavors happening in my mouth. What is that? That's really good.
It's a Zach sauce.
Look how happy they are. If you want to be happy like them, just go to Zaxby's and get the Mr. Beast box right now. Now that you guys have...
pseudo starve in the wilderness for 2 months.
I'd be eating
know,
that, chowing down.
I did a water fast for a week. I couldn't do 2 weeks, but I did a week. The bone broth I drank was like the most heavenly thing I'd ever tasted in my life. I can't imagine after 50 days.
That's what you broke it with?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what I wrote you're supposed to.
Yeah.
have gotten your meals.
Then I quickly
Your
degenerated.
day 50 offer is for 50
What did you
grand.
break yours
can
with?
have this
A
boat.
hamburger.
We don't have a motor. We don't have any way to get this thing around.
So you just use sticks.
Yeah, no way, bro. They're both
Oh,
better.
Lord, I don't know.
Since you weirdly built the boat the day before, I'll give you a discount. We'll make it $40,000.
My answer
No.
is I love the ship I made. I trust it with my life. So I'm going to leave it up to Grizz.
For $40,000,
No.
I'm gonna pass on the boat.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like the boat they made is easier to row.
Yeah, and
Like this would
navigate
take
through.
so much more energy to
Yes.
get down the river.
And Hayes' death trap instead.
If that sinks and you have to quit, I
We
tried.
appreciate the food. That was lovely. Bye, Jimmy.
I'll see you next time.
So this ship saved us $40,000.
Still a death trap.
Hey.
Man, when we first started this thing, it was in the dead of winter. You remember how cold it was?
Yeah, now everything is so nice and warm.
And spring was now in full bloom. And they
Are
were
they gonna
looking
get to
pretty
$1 million
comfortable.
bucks?
There's a lot of flowers here. I can't say that I mind it.
What is today, 51?
I don't know. I lost track.
I hear
I
no
can't
plane.
believe Hayes has stayed so long after his wife said, I need you
I need you to come home. Yeah.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Coming in. Where? Oh, he's coming straight at us.
This briefcase puts us at $440,000. Time to build the Hazen Grizzle love seat.
80% of what we're sitting on here is going straight to my business.
This case. No, I don't want Katie to work 24-hour shifts anymore. This money's gonna do so much for her and our family.
But while the warmer
24-hour
weather was
shifts?
nice, it presented new problems like snakes
Don't want to get bit by that.
and rats.
Get out of here!
Every night.
Oh my God!
And it wasn't long until the lack of sleep started to make them irritable.
Looks like Hayes.
Dude, they hit 500.
Wow.
Wow. Nice. So
Good
they're past
job.
both of what we thought they would do.
That's crazy.
I'm happy. If they any time if they quit, I'm so happy for them.
Yeah,
I'm a little bit scared for Grizz because without knowing what his business is, and I say this from experience, like from making bad mistakes on YouTube before, any business can be a black hole if you don't know how to actually. Like you can be doing a good job, but that doesn't mean you necessarily know how to convert external capital into new value for that business.
Right.
And I say that because like I've tried to start YouTube channels and spent money on doing them, and they failed horribly. And like it doesn't scale necessarily. Like just because you put more money into something doesn't mean you get more money out necessarily.
Unless you're Mr. Beast.
Well, because he's doing stuff right,
Yeah.
you know. So I'm really worried that he's like, I'm gonna put all this into my business.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, he probably if it was running awesome.
Yeah.
Unless he just wanted the experience, he probably wouldn't need it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I just get nervous. He could be 100% good to go, but I'm nervous. He's gonna do all this work and he's not gonna have it to show for it at the end. You know? Because I'd be like, dude, what if you take 10% and then use that on the business? And if what you're doing is working and putting more money into it would cause you to get more value back, then you don't have to put any more. Just put the money that you got back in value back in and use the rest of your earnings as a slush fund.
Or a slush
just
fund
put it in
or
the
whatever.
S&P 500 or something.
Yep.
Like,
I'm gonna get over here. Hayes, do you need my help?
What does it look like?
look at that.
You want to paddle up river into the wind?
Hayes, why don't you go get those fishing lines fixed?
You know what? You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
He is angry. Can you check those lines while you're over there?
What do you think I'm doing?
I don't know, just asking.
Thank you for telling me to do what I'm already doing once again.
Very angry.
Keep in mind, at this point, Hayes and Grizz were very close friends. But Hayes had reached the end of his rope, and the jokes just weren't hitting the same anymore.
Grizz's idea about how this would unwind is not working, obviously, because it's a stupid idea.
Hayes, I'm sorry, buddy. I did not know I was actually pissing you off. I did not know that you were actually upset.
It's all right.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
And so, feeling frustrated, Hayes turned off his camera and paddled downriver, where he set up his camp until the next day.
Hayes has set sail, and I think he may have run away. I'll certainly be thinking about him. I know it's supposed to be cold at night. He's not back in a couple days, so I'm gonna have to go looking for him. Let's do something to cheer him up. So we got a huge board over here that was left by Jimmy at the last beast drop, and I'm gonna repurpose it into a table with some of our cases. It's actually pretty sturdy.
And when Hayes returned home, he was not empty-handed.
Sounds like Hayes has returned from his great adventure. Nice. Oh, those are sea trout.
I'm pretty wiped out. Mind if I take a minute?
No, man, do your thing.
I'm surprised it took 60 days to get to this point, honestly, with how much time they were spending together. Because at least the way they edited it, it looked like they were constantly 24/7 linked at the hip.
Yep.
I'm kind of not surprised, though. It's also, once they have a routine and they're actually kind of surviving, I wouldn't say they're thriving, but like, they're no longer in fight or flight constantly. So now it's like, oh, this dude's pissing me off.
Yep.
When I was hungry and
He
we
was
were both
good.
working together and we had to just like scrimp and save to get every little morsel, we were cool. But now that I have a little bit in my belly, it's like, this guy sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chris,
Yeah, buddy.
what's this?
It's our table.
We have a table?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh, man.
I figured that'd perk him up a little bit.
This is a $100,000 table, Grizz.
Welcome back, buddy.
Feels good to be home.
Come on.
With their
I feel like they
survival
should
needs
just do
met
that. They should just like split off a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Need some space.
and their friendship restored, one question still remained. How long will they stay?
They're going
We're
way
gonna have a serious
longer.
conversation.
Yeah.
The end. Honestly, I'd have been done 5 days ago.
Maybe push like an extra week. I mean, hell, that's a $35,000 each.
If I pulled that flare on day 70, how would you feel?
I would feel really let down and lied to. I propose at day 70, we have a conversation, decide if we're gonna push further.
That's fair. promised
really
Grizz that I would
reasonable.
stay longer for him, but I'm not happy about it.
He's gonna get resentful though.
Okay, so Hayes has been a little upset. I'm seeing it. He's keeping it to himself, you know, so I'm a little worried about him.
Spoken to Grizz about it. He wants me to stay longer. He's kind of pushing me to stay longer and stay longer. At some point, I gotta stop being wilderness guy and go be dad.
It's gonna fester, especially because like now, I think they're firmly in what I would consider to be significantly lifestyle changing money.
Yeah.
Which $300,000. I mean that gives them like 3 years of runway at a pretty high quality of life to figure out something else, even if they just were gonna live off of it exclusively.
But I understand from Grizz, it's like, hey,
this is so much easy money compared to
but what I'm doing before, and then also like if we can stay one more month, we'll have $500,000. That's the thing that would be messing with me if I was.
But Grizz doesn't have a downside, really.
That's
like
true.
It's such a. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna last almost at all longer with the resentment building, though. Like if he's not staying for himself, he's just staying
He's
for the
going
other
to
guy.
check out to the case that is dropped from the sky.
Day 70. I'm gonna see if Grizz is good being done today. See what he says.
What are we gonna do with all this money?
That dopamine doesn't hit as much.
Kind of want to talk to you about that. Kind of ready to hit the flare.
Also, like think about this too, right? Initially, you're getting so much money compared to your stack.
Yeah.
Now you're getting such a smaller percentage of your stack. You're getting like, what are you increasing by every day? $10,000. So what? It's like 3% or something.
Yeah.
Whereas before, it's like, oh, we have no money. We just got 10,000. That's infinite percent. Then we got another 10,000. That's 100% increase. And you're getting these massive stacks.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, we could stay another week, but how much does that actually change the big amount? And they're not, because it's such easy money, but they already have so much.
And the fact that his wife said, come home.
A month ago.
A month ago.
Yeah.
Oh. What do you think about that?
I want to stay longer. I know that you've got to pull away from this thing with family.
I know. We've talked about it 1,000 times. I just want to know how you feel about it today. Yes or no?
He's always
Can
going
you
to say
go
no.
one more day? Give yourself 24 hours just to kind of feel it out.
I thought a lot about it, but if you want to go another day, let's go another day.
Because what difference does like 640 to 650? It's so marginal.
Good. Yeah. Let's go on a little walkie walk. We can go over here. Let's say Hayes isn't a part of the equation.
Yeah.
How many more days do you think you could survive out here?
Let's call it 45 days would probably be as far as I'd go.
How many do you think he
Oh,
has
wow.
left?
Even he's on 45 now. So he's by
He's ready to
himself.
go. Yeah.
By himself. And let's say 45, maybe actually 25?
He's thinking of 500,000 at the end of this.
Yeah.
In the tank.
He talks about it every day.
How often do you think about shooting the flare?
Right now.
Every day.
What stops you?
At this stage, Grizz, he wants to make $1 million, and it's hard to say no to that. I have an obligation to him, too, but it's starting to go towards family. Yeah.
When you do shoot that flare, that's going to be crazy.
Oh, I can't wait.
Jimmy's so happy with how this video is going.
Okay, last night.
It sucks that there's just like big tension for what should be like unobjectionably the biggest windfall and a quote unquote easiest, but like constrained time
hard,
frame, right? It's hard work, but constrained time frame of their lives. And instead of it being like a joyful thing, it's kind of a horrible thing.
Yeah.
It's not like a celebration of making $325,000. It's like Grizz being sad they didn't make more, and Hayes being sad he wasn't there for his kids.
Right.
I wouldn't have expected. I thought this would be like kind of jubilant.
Yeah.
Now that they've gotten past the survive stage and it's just the endure stage, but it kind of no one's gonna be happy.
Yeah.
Like no one comes out of this happy.
Yep.
And if Hayes stays, his wife isn't gonna be happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
he's just getting.
She might be okay once she gets all the money and that becomes a reality. And it's like, oh wow, we really are able to set up our kids for life better, or not for life, but like for education at least.
And she's probably still working.
Yeah.
The fact that Hayes said that I don't want my wife to have 24
hour
So she
shifts.
works in healthcare. She's probably
she's gotta
a
be
nurse.
healthcare.
She's probably something like that. And
with a 2-year-old with a newborn.
Yep.
His kid's gonna look so different than
I don't want to disappoint Grizz, but I think I'm done. Thought it would be cool to come back here to our first camp where I was shoulder to shoulder with Grizz every single night.
I'm way more sympathetic than I thought I would be.
Yeah, me
honestly.
too.
We're brothers now. I expected to walk away with a lot of money, but I didn't expect to walk away with like a friend for life. And that's so meaningful to me. I kind of got to think about what's right for me and my family.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Hayes got so desperate that he literally went into Grizz's bag and stole the flare gun, even though it was his idea to separate it into 2 parts.
He looks like
At
a
this point,
different human.
all I have to do is shoot this thing, and I get to be a dad again, you know?
I know this thing is very challenging. What we're doing out here is not easy. I really, truly do believe that you're doing what's right for your family.
I disagree.
You're providing for them in a way that's going to change their lives.
Now, it's gone the other way. Now it's, I think I need to be there.
I think that you've been really upset, and you've been missing your family really bad. I feel like
I think the money doesn't
spiraled
matter.
through
the money
this
doesn't.
thing.
The money doesn't matter to me anymore. And really, the only thing that's keeping me here is you. And I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
The festering
My
resentment,
family
man.
needs me too, you know.
And you're very good at, manipulating me.
To be fair, I wouldn't, at least with on camera, I don't feel like he's manipulated him. I feel like he's been honest.
You just say, go one more day, go one more day.
Yeah,
yeah.
But at the same time, I wouldn't. Would you call that manipulation?
No, but from Hayes' perspective, I understand how that.
He wants to quit, and he's like, "I'm only here for you." But at what point is he gonna like? Because you know how there's some people, there's some athletes, right, that they want to quit.
Yeah.
And that the coach needs to like, don't let them quit. Don't let them quit. I'm curious if once he's out of this, will he think I was an idiot?
Yep.
I should have stayed another 30 days and
Yep.
got the 500,000. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I feel like being out here in the woods, being out here by yourself or just with one other person like this, that's got to warp your ability to think through things too.
Yeah.
It was clear that in this moment, Grizz was going to have to make a decision. Convince Hayes to continue surviving in these woods for more and more money, or be there for his friend when he needed him the most.
And he said, I think I'll kill you if you do this.
I can't imagine having gone through this experience with anyone else. I mean, I really do, I genuinely think of you like a brother.
Uh-oh.
You know? I'm sorry that I've just pushed you on and on and on.
I just don't want to let you down.
You're not letting me down.
Yeah, I am.
Brothers don't let each other down. This is the way it is. Everything's got to come to an end sometime. Let me see that flare. I owe you this, and to be honest with you, I'm sorry that it's taken so long.
Oh.
Hayes did a little manipulating himself. The 1-2.
Whoa.
I love you, buddy.
That's crazy.
Oh,
that's not.
That's great.
They got us.
Yeah.
What was that clip?
Yeah.
When did that clip they showed at the intro happen? Did Jimmy make them act it out?
I have no idea.
Dude, that's
man.
wild. That was really nice of him.
That's very nice.
I think they shot the flare.
I'd
You
be
think
so
that one?
curious to hear in a year,
Mhm.
in 1 year,
How
how
they
they
feel.
each feel about this
Yeah.
decision.
Yep.
I hope that they're just abundantly thrilled and like their lives have changed so much for the
Yeah.
better. Grizz is making even more money than he made here by putting it into his business,
Let's go check in on him.
but you're right. Like this is the easiest in quotes, right?
Boys.
Hey, Jimmy.
Oh my God.
Like 10
we
G's a
dropped
day?
them off. This is what they looked like. And here's them 74 days
Dang,
later.
man.
Grizz has lost so
Crazy.
much weight.
Yes, they look crazy.
You haven't left these woods in 74 days.
Dude, I'm so ready.
One final surprise.
Oh my God! Oh my gosh! Hi, Italian baby!
Oh, you see a 2-year-old woman?
After 74 days, they've won $670,000. And in case you forgot, we're giving away 1,000 Samsung phones to random people that subscribe in the next week. So don't forget, press that subscribe button.
What a happy
Oh,
ending.
man, it's kind of sudden though. I wish we could hear some more, honestly.
Yeah.
Ah,
This is a good video.
that was a good ass
That was
video.
a great
wasn't it?
video,
Have
yeah.
you watched the Mr. Beast video before?
No, this is
Really?
the first one.
It was good, right?
It was great, yeah.
That was a good ass video. I hope that they're really happy with their decision. I'm glad. I didn't think that they were getting out of this as friends, let alone like both genuinely joyful. I'm so happy that they left this thing, and at least when it ended, they were joyful and they were reconciled. I thought that was kind of a beautiful moment for Grizz to shoot the flare.
Yeah, I think that
was
a good little story arc.
Storybook.
Yeah.
Storybook, guys. That was nuts.